Welcome back to Middlefield Custom Sawmill. I'm here today with Randy.
Hi, good morning.
I don't know if you remember, but Randy came over and we cut up a catalpa log. So now I'm over at his place, and this is Randy's sawmill. It's an EZ Boardwalk 40. And how many horsepower is that?
That's 24 horse
Wow.
Honda engine.
Decent. And the weird thing about this sawmill is, I guess I could show you this way. You see the blade is at an angle?
It's a 15-degree angle.
Yeah, it slopes back 15 degrees, and that helps pull it along.
Believe it or not, it does on smaller diameter stuff. I almost have to hold it back. It'll walk right through it. On the bigger stuff, you still got to push it, but it's pretty easy. It also helps with ease of entry into the log. You're not entering immediately with the full width of the log. You're kind of going in a little bit at a time. That's the advantage I found that other people have talked about. The disadvantage of it being canted, which it reduces the width of the log that you can
You lose a half inch maybe. It's not that much.
Yeah, it's really very minimal until you get to a bigger size log maybe. But
this is the only sawmill I've ever seen that has that angle to it.
Yeah.
Which that's unique. These are huge rollers too. Look at that. Okay.
This is also, I guess you would call it a left-handed mill because all the logs load from this side, which is the opposite of every mill that I've seen, where you're loading it from the right side, standing at the operating.
Yeah, that's true. My log dogs are on this edge here.
Right. So you load from this side, and one of the advantages they say of that is you're only making one entry into the bark, which is the worst part of your cutting, wears your blade out the quickest. All the other, after you do a 90-degree turn, you're just entering into fresh wood, which is a little bit easier, so it may lengthen that's what the theory is. It lengthens the
I see. So you take a cut here, and you take a cut on this side, on the top, and then you're turning it up this way, and now you're going on the clean side of the log.
Clean side of the log.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
What are these for?
These are for when you got a big-ass log on there. Excuse me for my wrench there. You can jack the thing over, and so they got them on every bunk. They're a really handy thing to have.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They have clamps on every bunk too.
They got a clamp on every bunk, but they only have
and toe boards.
They have a toe board at the one end, so you have to have a small end down here.
Okay.
Unless you wanted to install something at the other end too. I don't know.
No, I like that though. Yeah. That's pretty good. This is a pump, and then this is to release it.
Exactly.
Right here's the pump, and then this releases it.
Right.
And it's got a little hydraulic jack in there.
Yeah.
That's pretty clever.
Yeah, that's an option. The trailer was an option. The trailer is just to get it back and forth.
In. Yeah, I'm just looking at that going, I could buy one of those and put it on my mill.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I could get another one to put it here in case the log's the other direction.
Yeah.
I don't have to keep worrying about small end this way, but it works fine. So
okay, so there's your battery, there's your drive belts.
Right.
Which that moves. That's
this is how you engage it. Just tensions, slides the motor over and tensions the belt. Okay. And you'll see it starting to drip. Maybe if I have anything on.
Because that also, water. Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, that also automatically engages with this valve. So I could set this wherever I want.
The drip rate, and then that turns it on and off.
This turns it on and off every time you engage the blade.
That's cool.
So you don't have to worry about.
And that's way better than the valve they have on the Woodland Mills, because that's not going to plug up.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of valve they have there, but
they have like it's an internal mechanical valve.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And I've got the 50-50 mix in there now of washer fluid.
Oh, yeah.
In the gas can colored. But they have the
What's the other tank?
The other tank is gas.
Okay.
And I just filled that up. Actually.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah. So don't accidentally put gas in there, or you'll have a fire.
They have a toolbox down here at this end. You can set your hammers and things in it.
Right.
This is what?
That's the brake.
Oh, so you can lock it in place.
Yeah. I can move it down there. There's a spot where you put it in the middle for when you're towing, so the weight is even, and you can bolt it in place when you're towing it.
Big heavy steel rollers.
And it's
know if you
all
can see
steel
those.
welded construction. Nothing is bolted together.
Yeah, I can see
It's all 6-inch
channel.
channel.
The blade tensioner is similar to my mill, where you have to line up this edge with this when you have the right amount of tension on it, and then it's got this long screw handle thing. What's this adjustment down here, this thing?
That is to adjust the roller guide in.
Oh, okay, to
whatever.
slide this in.
Yeah, it's always open on that side. I would use this side over here.
I gotcha.
And then snug it down.
That's a nice little mill. I mean, this thing's built like a tank.
Yeah, it certainly is.
And then all this up here is just for raising and lowering
Yeah,
the head.
they've got a garage door spring up there. And
There's the spring.
so it raises pretty good. And you got your sight glass here, which is getting a little frosted up because it's so cold this morning.
All right, so one turn takes you up how far?
I don't know.
All right, well,
I just use the guide here.
what are we set at right now?
Right now we're set at like 9 1/16.
Okay, so do one full turn.
I'll try to do that.
Okay, and now we're at 8 1/4. So a little over 3/4 of an inch difference.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't really do by turns because yours is notched. And this one I just crank it up and down and look at the sight glass to where I want to be.
And this locks it in place.
That just locks it in place, yeah.
Okay, cool. And it's raised and lowered with cables that go up to the garage spring.
And chains and
So the garage spring takes all the weight off so that this is much easier to turn. Mine
Yeah.
has those air springs,
Right.
which they're different when it's warm out and when it's cold out.
Are they really?
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit. Not a lot, but enough. But okay, big heavy bearings.
It's got 19-inch wheels or whatever inside.
Oh, and the bearings on both sides. That's
Yeah.
cool. That means you could put a lot more tension on your blade
Okay.
than most sawmills. So that's really slick.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good design. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in there too. Why is there a bolt sticking out?
That's maybe to keep the
belt
the
guard?
belt from maybe when you
Yeah.
if you're running it and it's a little loose to keep it from flopping off the pulleys.
So big heavy piece of steel here, and it goes in and it's bolted there, and that's what holds that, and this piece here, which is welded, holds this whole arm out. So
Yeah.
that's braced solid, man. I like that design. And both sides are like that.
Yeah, there's bearings on that side too.
Does it have a piece on the front like this?
No.
Okay, so just
we
the,
can look at it. No, that's just the
okay, so this side is much shorter. Let me see what they got over here now. But there are two bearings. So that's how they keep it straight.
yeah, because of the angle, that's why they got that steel out there. That's what kicks it out to 15 degrees.
Well, yeah, I was.
Oh, actually, no, it isn't, because the whole thing is 15.
Yeah, no, that's because there's two things there. So the back,
right.
the bearing on the back is further that
For
way.
the pulleys,
Yeah,
the belt drive pulleys.
yeah, but that's a good, strong design. I like that.
The other little feature is this thing here, which you can drop with the cable, and it's supposed to prevent you from hitting these when they're up.
I like it.
You can use. I've used it when I've had something that was close. If you got something sticking out off your log, it'll bump into it.
Right,
You
right.
know. So it's only for when you're down all the way, or you got a nice clean surface already.
Here, wait, I gotta show him something. Wait, face me. Nice hat.
Oh yes, I wore that on purpose. Actually, wear
funny.
it quite a bit, George. Appreciate it. I'm a hat wearer, so
He's rolling his ball over there.
yeah. Don't.
Come on,
You
bring
don't
it
even
here.
have to pick it up. He'll throw
Come
it
on.
to you, and you just kick it.
Roll it over.
Hungry.
Come here. Let me have the ball. All right.
He'll never stop. He's 11 years old. Gonna be 12 in April.
Wow.
That's all I do is kick it. So
I
yeah,
like
they
that.
have these big things that you can offload it against, and I like to roll them. I would like to put a bolt through here with a pulley, like you guys have the wheels on them.
Oh yeah, so you can roll the log easier.
Yeah, instead of rolling it on this where it might catch and.
So those are there just for loading, and then these are there to lock the log against.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these operate with the cams on the other side. They just slide back and forth to lock them in after you're all the way over.
And these fold down then?
These then will fold down out of the way. So
Okay.
I use these for loading the log on, and for rolling the log, for spinning it.
Okay. All right, so we got to push this back. We'll get it all set, and then we'll come back and actually saw some of this log up. All right, I just got to cover this tow board one more time. So you turn this to lock it. You pump here. That runs the, you see what's moving down there? That little cylinder pushes up and it just raises the log. This is so nice. I'm looking at it going, you know what? It just bolts in. I could buy this and put it on my mill. All I'd have to do is move these tabs. See how this comes out to the end here? So I just have to move the tabs and just bolt it right onto mine. I'll bet it would work. That is a sweet setup. The one thing I do notice on this mill, you have a lot more space from here to here between the bunks.
That one's wider. These are narrower.
Oh yeah, these two are close.
Yeah.
And then that's far again.
Right.
So yeah, if you did a short log,
you can put it out here on these too.
yeah, I guess you'd saw over here. Okay.
Right.
All right, so we got this all clamped in. The mill can actually cut beyond this. It comes out a little further. So this log being right at the end here, it'll cut through that no problem. All right, this is for the guys at Wood Miser. This sawmill is quiet. You see this up here? This is a real muffler. It's idling. It's idling. I'm by the outlet and you can still hear me. Wood Miser, you need to get a real muffler.
Should be right there. Should give us a 1-inch board.
Okay. I'd like to point out something else. The operator station is on the same side as the sawdust, just like on my mill, but this is backwards. because the log on my mill would be over there where you're standing, and this is, you're on the opposite side from where you're clamping the log.
And so it all depends on the wind direction on whether you get sawdust in your face or not.
Yeah, yeah. Well, on mine, I figured out why they do it, because they want you standing by the log so you can see the log dogs, the clamp, everything is right, you know, it's on that side.
Yeah, you're always going to be the same height on that side as you are this side. You may be higher because there's on this side, so that there's a little place. So if you can see this, you're missing these, you're going to be missing those.
Okay. I like how quiet this thing is. That is so nice. So here's the first piece we cut off. Got gorgeous color in. This is a rainbow poplar, or a tulip poplar, whatever you want to call it. What Randy is sawing here, I'll have to back up to show you this. You can see he's building his sawmill shed. And these are going to be the pieces that run across the trusses for fastening down the metal roof.
So now what I try and do here is go down deep enough to, you know, like I can do a 12-inch there, 12 and a half even, 12 to get the bark off. 12 is good there.
We still have the toe board up, so.
Yeah. So now I'm down to 11 and a half maybe, but then it gets narrower here. There's nothing else to measure to. 10 and a half.
Oh, so you're measuring to here.
Yeah.
All right, so, but your first cut should be up here to get a 4-inch flat again, right?
That's okay, that makes sense to me. That's why you're here.
Yeah, so you want to measure from here up to about there. Maybe a little lower right there. So about 13 and a quarter, something like that.
Yeah, 13 and a half is clean wood, so you want me to go?
Enough to get a 4-inch flat, so 13 and a quarter.
Oh, okay, like this.
Exactly, gotcha. And then you can take an extra board out of that.
Yeah, all right.
Flip it over once. There's that pretty wood. He's helping. He's eating the bark. All right, I gotta look. That cut nice and flat.
You want to drag the level across?
Yeah, let's drag the level down it. Because I was going slow and then fast, and man, that cut flat. Yep, we're good. So we just rolled the log over, and I looked and I went, wait, we have to do this. There we go. Now it's down. That's a nice toe board. And you can see it.
Clamps, you push it over.
Yep.
You do it really tight like Nate does.
Nate makes it so tight nobody can release it. Yeah, mine's all the way over.
I like yours.
With the
Just
screw.
a screw, you know?
Yeah. These are fast though. All right, what are we set at?
We are set at 9 inches.
Okay.
I got it. So what we have is 8.5 by 8 3/4.
Whatever way you want to cut it in half, doesn't really matter.
Yeah. We'll flip it, I guess.
Which way? High?
Yeah.
So after we moved it, you can see there was a lot of stress in that. This side, this is like 2 fingers, and then down here at this end, it's at least one finger. That really bowed on us. But for what we're making, it doesn't really matter. What I think we ought to do though, take this one and put it on this side.
And clamp them together.
Yeah, because that'll take a little bit of the bow out when we're sawing. Not that it's going to make any difference, but...
Yeah.
That way, at least we'll get the same thickness on the boards.
Yeah. Not an extra work, but I could.
Yeah, it's extra work on a manual mill.
Yeah, I can see it here too. This one's higher than that one.
Yep. So another leveling cut, and I mean, it's all you can do.
Yeah. Should have just sawed the ash. Although I was by myself, I might have had the same problem as those. Some of them boards look like this too. The ones that are on the wagon over there.
All wood does this. You just keep flipping it. You do a little 1/16 of an inch cut.
Yeah.
Okay, so as he cut, see how those move over? So these go this way, but then this is bowing around like, so it's bowing in two directions at the same time. Because we had problems up and down, we had to take a leveling cut, and now it's going off to the side. So this is some stressed lumber here, but we got a good clean cut, nice thick board. So, should be fine. How you doing, huh? How you doing? Five, 10, 15, 16, 17, and that one's too thin, but that would be 18. So that's pretty good. And I'll let you get your metal roof up.
Yeah. Let me show you what I do before I forget. I keep a track of the logs.
Huh.
And so that's what I did on the first blade. That was the second blade. And I had to start a new page this morning. So that one was the yellow poplar, 14 on the big end, 12 on the small end, 16 long, calculates out to 64 board feet. And we got, let's just call it 18. 1 by 4 by 16.
So sad looking down there. Well, Randy, had a good time out here doing this.
So did I. I'm glad to have you come out.
All right. Thanks for watching, folks. Come back again.
Well, that'll do the wheel to wheel.
About 32-inch cut. Okay. So it's almost as wide as mine. It's wider than the Woodland Mills. The Woodland Mills can do 30 inches wide, 30 and a half, something like that. My mill can do 35 and a half, and this one can do 32. So good sized mill. Been fun to run. I like that it's quiet. Wood miser, muffler.